If you're looking for a Samsung phone at a low to mid-tier price, you might find yourself considering this year's Galaxy A34. Or for a bit more money, you could upgrade to the Samsung Galaxy A54. So does one bring more value than the other? I'm Will for GSM Arena, and let's compare the A34 to the A54 and find out. In the past, the Galaxy A50 series phones were a significant jump specs-wise over the A30 models, but more recently the gap has gotten smaller. The Galaxy A34 and A54 look quite similar, with their 3 separate camera rings and pastel color scheme. Both phones have a plastic frame as well. And both phones bring IP67 rated ingress protection, which is really nice to have at this price point. The main difference design-wise is that the back of the A34 is made of plastic. The A54's back panel is made from the more premium Gorilla Glass 5. The A34 is the slightly larger device. It's built around a 6.6-inch AMOLED display, versus 6.4 inches on the A54. So if screen real estate is what you're after, the A34 has a bit of an edge. Its screen brightness matches the A54's as well, maxing out at over 1000 nits. What the Galaxy A54 does bring on top of it is support for HDR10+ video. Its selfie cam is also contained within a hole punch rather than a notch, for what it's worth. And while both phones' displays have the fast 120Hz refresh rate, only on the A54 will that refresh rate dial down while the phone is idling to save energy. Both phones have stereo speakers with good loudness and sound quality, no real difference there. And of course, both of these phones get the same UI, Samsung's One UI 5.1 on top of Android 13, and presumably the same level of software support from Samsung. The Galaxy A34 has a slightly less powerful chipset than the A54. It's a MediaTek Dimensity 1080. It still provides solid performance though, and does support 5G connectivity. The Galaxy A54 has an Exynos 1380 chipset. It provides better CPU performance in benchmarks, and the graphics scores are slightly better too. However, it's still no powerhouse for gaming. Both the A34 and A54 pack 5000 mAh batteries and do an excellent job when it comes to battery life. The A34 comes out ahead in our tests with a 133-hour endurance rating. That's compared to 119 hours on the Galaxy A54, which is still great. Neither phone comes with a charger in the box, but both of them support 25-watt wired charging. While nothing fancy, the A54 is a bit faster, charging from 0 to 56% in half an hour. The Galaxy A34 achieved 51% in the same amount of time. The Galaxy A34 and A54 have a similar camera setup. The main and ultra-wide cameras do differ slightly, and then there's the same macro camera for close-ups. Quality-wise, both phones capture excellent daylight photos with high contrast and wide dynamic range. They both have that Samsung color science, which includes cranking the saturation up a bit to get that signature pop. If we had to choose between the two, we would probably give a very slight edge to the Galaxy A54 in this department. Neither phone will fool you into thinking it can capture flagship-grade low-light images, but both do a decent job, particularly if you stick to the main cameras. Still, we'd give the nod to the Galaxy A54 overall. Video quality is another close call between these two. Both support 4K resolution. The A54 has a higher res 32-megapixel selfie cam compared to a 13-megapixel one on the A34. Still, the quality is quite similar. Both phones can also capture 4K selfie videos. So there you have it guys, the Galaxy A34 and A54 have their differences, it's true, but they all seem to be pretty minor. The A54 brings you an edge when it comes to the chipset and camera performance and faster charging. The screen supports HDR video and automatic refresh rate switching, and there's a hole punch instead of a notch. Meanwhile, the Galaxy A34 provides a larger 6.6-inch display, better battery endurance, and a lower price. It's around $100 cheaper. In the end, the user experience is pretty close between the two phones, and if you're looking for the most value for money, we'd say that the A34 is the better deal. Thanks for watching guys, and see you on the next one.